What is Spirit trying to tell you about this situation? What's the truth? And what's the real talk that Spirit has for you? Let's find out. Hey y'all, welcome to Reflecting Divinity. I am excited to bring through some messages from Spirit today, and the vibe of it is to bring through some truth or the reality of a situation in your life that you need some clarity on, or maybe you are just lacking some full understanding of the situation. And so Spirit's bringing it through for you to help you get to a place of a greater perception. And so Spirit's bringing through some gentle but real talk to help you get some clarity. And so we have 3 options to choose from. For the first reading, the card we have here is not relationships. And for reading 2, we have succulence, resilience. And for reading 3, we have water, surrender. So know that my readings are timeless, and that because they are general readings, you can take what resonates and release the rest. Trust your own intuition and interpretation of the cards and the messages coming through from Spirit to apply it to your life. So take the time you need, pause the video if you'd like, and you can choose your selected reading, and I will see you there. Hi, reading 1. If you chose not relationships, this is your reading. And so I'm just going to read the additional meanings from the booklet to give you a little bit more insight to this card, but be open with it in your interpretation. Tying the knot, working out kinks, unbreakable bonds, loyalty, making a commitment. And so I'm going to start with tarot cards. These are the Sims tarot cards. My intention for this reading is to be light, to be humorous, to not be too serious. And as I say that, you have the happy squirrel card fall out. So actually there's blessings here. I see there's abundance and good luck on your way as far as relationships in your life and things turning out much more smoothly, I think, than maybe you have felt possible. I'm going to cut the deck here. Okay, so we have 2 of Pentacles. So we have the happy squirrel and the 2 of Pentacles. And the happy squirrel, I should say, I believe it comes from a Simpsons episode. And it was kind of like poking fun. Lisa, I think it's Lisa, who goes to a tarot reader. Anyway, the interpretation for me is that it is a blessing and there's some sort of reward here as far as a relationship. And the 2 of Pentacles, it's interesting. I mean, with Pentacles energy, there is that sense of manifestation in the physical, some sort of wealth or something. And maybe there's a choice here within the energy of Pentacles and Earth. And with relationships, this feels like the legacy of your life. And I can't help but notice that the knot here and this, it almost looks like a pretzel shape, but also in the Two of Pentacles and traditionally there's this kind of infinity energy. There is this kind of back and forth energy. And so Spirit is highlighting that there is some back and forth that needs to happen, that needs to be allowed to happen. That it may feel a bit like uncomfortable or kind of bumpy within this relationship. There's some working things out, but that it is worth it in the end. I am also getting the message that you may find yourself drawn to move into or towards the smaller pile, which is like on the outside looking in feels like, okay, well, that's less abundance there. That's less money or less wealth, less overall. But you can trust your intuition, and whatever this stands for, you can trust your intuition in knowing the reality of what it is that you are being drawn to. So, 2. So with Rebel Tech, we have whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. So we have that energy of, there's like a temptation here to move to that bigger pile. It's like I'm getting the sense of like a quicker outcome, a quicker resolution, and that's tempting. It feels like it will be better in the long run, but it's really not. And I feel like you intuitively know this, and your gut is saying, well, that logically, that's more tempting. Like, that makes more sense, but your gut, your intuition is saying, actually going with what seems like it would be a lesser outcome or a more complicated, or maybe it's going to cost you more time and energy in this relationship, it's actually more valuable. It is worth it. So, and I think that's what's coming through here with this Rebel Deck card, is that word thinking. There's a difference between what your heart feels, what your gut feels, and then what you're thinking. The thinking mind comes in with the logic side, which can be helpful. But in this instance, because this is an emotional level and you are in this relationship, hopefully in a state where you're coming from love and compassion, that you are then meant to be working with this relationship from the heart space, from your intuition. So allow that to play out for you. Reading 1. And as you unwind this relationship, it's like you're working your way to a core understanding. And I am kind of seeing it as a shared moment of understanding and realization that you both want the same thing. And that's what I mean is like putting in the work is worth it. And it's like with the happy squirrel card, what true abundance is. It's happiness. It's being abundant in what you have and actually working toward building that. Like squirrels gathering nuts, right? And creating a stash. It does take time and effort, but it's worth it because it sustains them, it nourishes them. They're then able to build upon that. And that's what Spirit is highlighting for you here. So we have a Spirit Junkie message. I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. Yeah, I mean, you are highly intuitive and in tune. And so utilizing what you have to navigate your life, even when others may see it as not making sense, like it doesn't make sense to them. But, you know, you have so much in blessings and abundance coming to you, like within your life already. And by embracing this, there's so much more growth to be had here within your relationships. And I am getting a message around you when you are strong in your truth and your intuition and your purpose, that you allow others to bloom. You allow others to be their best self, to be more in alignment with their higher self as well. And it's tempting sometimes to have that thought of like brushing it all away and just wanting things to be like easier and more straightforward. But you know that it's out of alignment with your integrity, your truth, your higher self. And Spirit is just congratulating you and commending you for the work that you've put in so far in your relationships and how it is playing out in real life. But they want you to know that there will be a settling in the outcome as far as how it's showing up manifested in your reality. That your service to the world will be returned and you will be blessed in that, whether that is monetary or otherwise. There is a blessing here. There is a resolution, and you're just possibly, some of you are just kind of still in that momentum, and it feels like a lot. But trust that it is actually being worked out. Those knots are being untied, and it's like coming to the final point. So let's see what your last message is from the affirmators. We have joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I will add joy to everything. Really slather it on. Today, I am the Orville Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. Yeah. That's your gift. That's your service to the world, is that you bring that joy. You bring that blessing within you. And so to trust that and know that with your situation, with where you're at, within your relationships to other people, or even to your gifts, to your work, to your purpose, that relationship is working itself out. And to be gentle and patient, yes, but also allow yourself the joy that is there, even when it's tempting to be thrown off course by heaviness that, of course, comes up in life. But you have this intuitive gift that will keep you on track and is totally worth it in the end. So I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, reading one. Hi, reading two. If you chose succulents, resilience, this is your reading. And I'm just going to read the additional meanings from the booklet, and it's just a little snippet to give you a little bit more context so you can interpret it how you like. Enduring love, discovering your inner strength, good fortune is coming your way, current endeavors will be long-lasting, growth sparked by adversity, receiving a gift, making future plans. So with that, I am going to, I was saying I was going to pull some Sims tarot cards, and we had the tower fly out. And so I would say for sure that is, okay. That is the adversity, I would say. The reason why you have this resilience within you. And so Spirit is wanting to point that out, as well as the Knight of Cups. Spirit saying there may have been some chaos and destruction in some way that you had to overcome, that you had to work through. But they are acknowledging that resilience within you emotionally with a Knight of Cups to move forward still in love. But now you are stronger for it. That you, I'm feeling, have more clarity. And there's also a calm and a peace within you to be found and relied upon. And that Spirit is saying it is time to take that emotional resilience and move forward with it, because you're not in the same situation you were. Yeah, so we have Rebel Deck here wanting to talk, and you have stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you are missing some cool shit. So that's interesting, because with succulence and resilience, there is that kind of energy of being still and not growing as much. There's, yes, a resilience, a reliability, a hardiness, but Spirit is saying to get out there, to start making moves, to maybe literally wake up, but what it feels more like is waking up the passion within you, the desire within you, the emotional side of you. It's like opening yourself up to love and connection. And that's what Spirit's saying, is like there's a lot of good stuff out there for you. There's some cool shit that you may be missing out on if you are kind of stuck a bit in the past, or like you finally got to a calm place and you don't want to have to go through that tower moment again, and Spirit's saying it's not going to be like that again. You have grown so much. You have this resilience now that you can move forward and open yourself up again emotionally. And there's more for you to discover now. It's like you're ready for it. Reading 2. And it's like you're made for it. You're designed for it. This is perfect timing, I'm hearing, for this. So just know about your situation if you've been feeling that pressure or that call. That's your intuition, that's Spirit giving you those nudges to move forward. My genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. Yeah, so you're feeling that pull, that desire to this next level, and Spirit's saying, you've got this. You are now ready for this. And I know it's easier said than done, but you are being called to that purpose. And I'm just seeing much more flow and ease in your future as far as relationships and your path and walking your path toward whatever your passion is, whatever you are desiring. There's just such an easier path. I'm almost seeing this kind of water, but it's more of a path. It's a trail for you to follow. So let's see what the affirmators have for you. Trust. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Spirit's saying to trust this path. And it's funny because I was seeing the water as the path and that it's much more clear. And we have this situation where he's walking a tightrope over sharks. And so Spirit's saying, there's actually not sharks below you, but we've got you. Even when it seems like there's obstacles or danger on the path, we've got you to trust. Trust your footing. You have been prepared for this. You've been trained for this. And that you really don't have to worry or over plan for this. It's more like just taking that step and allowing Spirit to guide you. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. So yeah, you are safe in this and you can move forward. Whatever you're feeling called to, yes, for some of you, it may have been kind of directly related. The tower moment could have been related to what you were feeling called to, but it was a kind of necessary evil for you to move through because it wasn't quite right for you. What Spirit is saying, that actually wasn't right for you, except in that it was going to tear away what wasn't in alignment so that you could rebuild to be more prepared and ready now at this perfect divine timing for you to move forward in your life with this. So there's some exciting, what feels like projects and creations and relationships with others and really pouring your heart and soul into something, and that Spirit is protecting you in this reading too. So I hope this reading was helpful for you. I know it's a little bit short and sweet, but that's what Spirit wanted to do. So here we are. I would love it if you enjoyed this reading to please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'd love to have you here. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, reading 2. Hi, reading 3. If you chose water, surrender, this is your reading. So I am going to read a small snippet from the booklet for this card, and it's the additional meanings section. And it's just to give you a little nugget for you to tap into and interpret for yourself. And we have feminine energy, emotional healing and growth, let go of control issues, use your intuition, stay fluid, drink water. Okay, and so I'm going to start with the Sims Tarot for you. And so we're starting out with the message of water and emotions and going with the flow. And I am getting a message around allowing mistakes to happen, letting them go, letting them be there for what they are, just mistakes, not the end of the world. And I feel like this is related to that message around control issues, perfectionism. This is the truth. Ooh, okay. I will take it. They flipped over, so we have the King of Swords and Justice. Yeah, the truth of this is what Spirit's pointing out. The real talk is that you can have a tendency to be harsh on yourself, potentially others, but I feel like it's yourself more so. Harsh words and a kind of inability to relax and allow for mistakes to happen, for failures to come up. And so Spirit's saying, like, are you being fair with yourself? Is this really a balanced way of treating yourself and the situation? You know, Spirit's saying, we want you to release this. And so, you know, being called to work with water to balance that kind of overthinking, overly harsh and cutting mindset, working more with water and the emotions to flow and just release. Like, you can be disappointed for sure if a mistake happens or if you feel like there has been a failure. But it's not something that you need to hold on to or punish yourself for. And Spirit's saying, like, how would you treat others in this situation? And for most of you, I'm feeling you would never treat someone how you treat yourself. And so this is the truth of it. And to start giving yourself more grace and allowance to be human. Spirit saying, you got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. You are winning. And this is requiring a level of trust from you, pile 3, reading 3. Just that even when there's mistakes or hiccups, it's not the end of the world. And it's not a sign that you are failing or you are not on the right path. You are much more, it's not aware, but you are much more in tune because it's more of a bodily knowing rather than a mind knowing. That's where it's kind of out of balance, is that you may tend to rely more on what you are thinking And Spirit saying to start listening more to what you know in your gut. And to allow things to happen, like a mindfulness practice, allowing those thoughts to come up and watching them pass, just being a bit more objective and gathering some meaning from them, but then letting them go, because they aren't defining, or they aren't helpful when they are defining your life and like casting judgment on what's unfolding in your life. There is a divine surrender that you are being called to practice, because there's growth here. I'm seeing like the river carving out the riverbed, the canyons. There's this kind of divine carving, like someone creating a sculpture. There's a carving away here, and that it can't be controlled. Like when there's accidents, I'm getting like Bob Ross, like happy accidents. It's becoming part of the work of art, and it's something greater than you could have planned for. That's a message. I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. And I love this because, yeah, it is coming down to your sense of self, your self-worth, and being too harsh on yourself in certain situations. And Spirit saying, you can ask us for assistance, for help, set your intentions for what you want with the universe, but then let it go. Let it go in the sense of let it come to you in the way it's meant to, and it will be even greater than you could have imagined or planned for, because it does have that divine inspiration, which could come through in mistakes and seemingly failures. And from our human perspective, something could look like a failure or a disappointment. And we're allowed to feel that and to have that experience for sure. But then leave it up to Spirit to handle. Your higher self knows this as well, that things will work out the way they are meant to. And you can just sit back and allow that to play out. Again, just watch that river flow by. So whatever situation you're in where there is kind of that feeling of a struggle to force things to happen a certain way and control all these elements, it's exhausting. It is mentally exhausting as well as physically exhausting. And Spirit's saying, you are doing good. This is a success, whatever this situation is. You just got to let it play out and allow those bumps and hiccups to happen. But they are actually good in the long run for whatever it is that you have asked for. So we're going to see what your final message is from the Affirmators deck. Okay. We have wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. Yes, you are meant to be more objective and as if you are in the audience and you are watching your life, and you acknowledge the good, you delight in the good that happens. And when there's a mistake or something frustrating, you laugh it off. You allow it to happen. You acknowledge it. You're like, okay, maybe not that again, but I will accept it for what it is and let it go. Let it go. Be in that state of wonder and objectivity and curiosity. Surrender. Wonder is surrender. So, yes, pile 3, you are winning though. This is a spectacular situation creation. I mean, maybe it is literally like a creation that you are putting out there, and it is happening the way it's meant to happen. Be in that state of allowance and it will work out. So, reading 3, I hope this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, reading 3.